Loud one. All right. Well, it finally happened. My son's laptop, little Acer Predator here, is having major issues finally, and I'm fixing to see what's going on. It's new. Just in case you can't hear it. There's a bit of a burning smell. It's bad. It's really bad. Oh, okay, let's see if we can just... We're just going to turn it off. Hard boot, turn off. I have to get eyes on it to see what is actually going on. That is a gnarly noise. We are going to start by taking this down the usual way. For anyone who's interested, after you get all the screws out, this just simply kind of lifts up from the back. There might be some clips in there. It doesn't seem like it though. Tip up, out, and then you've got the back plate off. I still have one screw in here, which I think I'd like to make sure I keep track of. And here we go. It was the GPU side that was unable to cool properly, and it's definitely this fan here. So, from my other video, you may recall, or if you haven't seen it, I will be sure to link it somewhere. This laptop had a fan replacement done on this side, the CPU side. The unfortunate part is that this is a single blower instead of a dual direction blower. So what that does, or what that means, is that it really only takes advantage of one heatsink here in the back. After my testing to see how it would do and perform, I was able to confirm that this fan replacement does in fact work, and it is just fine. However, it is not at the same quality of the original fans. Now, if we're lucky, which we are, I still have that original fan that I replaced right here. It's literally right here. And it looks like those look pretty close to a fit. This fan does not want to spin, as you can see here. That has been abused quite horribly. So, a little backstory here. My son has been using the computer for a long time. He decided he was a little bit interested in making some cash. So he decided to get into mining on his laptop a little bit, which is something that I do with some of my machines. And I make a little bit of money here and there on it. And I kind of told him, I'm like, hey, this is great that you want to do this, but bear in mind that it could cause some issues. So I'm excited because he's got issues going on now, and so I have something to work on. But I also had, part of the video is dedicated to repasting this thing, since so many people were asking for it. So I just initially wanted to get this thing apart and see what the fan actually looked like, because I could hear it from the outside so clear that there was an issue that I thought I would actually take it apart. I'm not going to allow him to use the machine while it's down, and I'm still not sure if I'm going to give him a loaner machine in the meantime. It's this plug right here, which I'll get it on both sides and just simply gently wiggle it out. Luckily right now I've got fingernails, so I could just also use that, which worked way better, in case anyone was wondering. Got it. Now this is the coveted AeroBlade, and for the life of me, I can't get these things to... These seem to last around 12 months of somewhat intense use. I would say regular gameplay would apply here. Sorry, this fan is kind of nasty because it's been in my son's care for the last, I guess, almost a year. It's almost been a year since he's taken over ownership of this. Sometimes this thing spins. Now, one thing to note is I saw in the fan software, this was only hitting just under 3,000 RPMs at max speed. So it was not able to cool the GPU sufficiently. So we were starting to have some problems. We might go ahead and blow some of this out because, I don't know, that's a little bit nasty. The fan overall is in pretty good shape. It does have a bit of a wobble to it. And then that scratching that you hear is me trying to get, because this just won't spin. And again, for reference, my other fan that came out of this is an original, was making some noise. It at least spins on its own. This fan is technically beginning to die, has not completely died. This one is more of a complete failure situation. Also, side note, these fans here, this is the GPU fan, it has never had an issue cooling the GPU on this particular device, which is the 1660 Ti from around 2019. And this particular model will allow for 2 NVMe hard drives, a 2.5-inch SATA drive, and then it's got replaceable RAM and a replaceable battery, so it's very serviceable, which is very nice. From here, we're going to go ahead and determine how to get a different fan in. It is inverted as well. There is no way. What? Wow. Those are very freaky close. This tape is getting in my way, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this from its original location. I might plop it on there. We'll see. This as well. Ooh! Just pulling that off. Look at that. It's actually a perfect fit. Now, as I've already said, this was having a bunch of problems, but I happen to know this will get the job done for a little bit. Just going to make sure it has all the same connections in the same spots. It is red, white, brown, black. Red, white, brown, black in the same configuration, as long as the shiny points are towards the sky. And we're going to go ahead and just get it back together so my son can use it, and we can order the next part for the original AeroBlade. So this confirms that physically it will fit from the CPU over to the GPU, or it should be vice versa as well. You just have to take this fan from its original orientation, which is this way, and flip it around, and it drops into place on the other side. That is wild. So now what we'll do is we'll crack the case back on, and we'll give it a try to see how it sounds. 6,000 RPMs and 6120, and it is maxed right now, so I'll just put it on auto. I was able to hear it respond, maybe you guys will too. Down to 1200 on the CPU, 2340 on the GPU. Both of them hit 6,000, but the GPU looks like it tops out at 6,120. The CPU is now maxed out at 6,660. So if you guys are excited about seeing what new thermal paste can do to the thermals of this guy, stick around. I'm sure that's already been recorded, so I'm going to steal that data because I don't have a good way of testing it, but at least it'll all be in one place for you and you. If you guys have any questions, be sure to make a comment down below. Let me know, what do you think is going to happen? Is this going to work? Comment and cast your vote. I want to know. Until next time, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Hi.